Hey guys, what is going on? I'm going to be doing another beer review tonight. This is going to be another one of those comparison reviews. I'm going to be looking at three mainstay IPAs offered from breweries throughout the Muskoka region. So the first one here is Soda City. This is their Lone Pine IPA. Now Soda City are out of Gravenhurst, Ontario. Second is Mad Tom IPA, of course, by Muskoka Brewery out of Bracebridge, Ontario. And finally, the 10 Point IPA from Lake of Bays Brewing, Baysville, Ontario. Now, they're all offered in your standard tall boy, which I'm glad you can get a single of. Up until recently, the 10 Point, this was just recently canned. You got to buy it in those larger, like 750 bottles, up until a few months ago. So I'm glad I can get this in a single. I'm just going to be honest, I'm no expert on the style of IPAs. Up until maybe 2 months ago, I wasn't even that big of a fan of IPAs, but I have been trying quite a few of them lately, and thought I'd give this a shot. So, just design-wise, cans. I actually like the design of the Lone Pine the most of the three. I like the whole old-school like saloon look that's going on, the text. Anyways, let's open them up and see what we have. So first with the Soda City. Got a Soda City glass, of course. Now the Lone Pine IPA is 6.5 ABV, I believe. Yes, 6.5. So that's the highest of the bunch. The Mad Tom in my Muskoka glass. The Mad Tom is 6.4% ABV. Let's do this without spilling. And finally, the Lake of Bays 10 Point. 6% ABV. Unfortunately, I don't have a Lake of Bays glass, so we'll have to deal with this tonight. Alright. So, right off the bat, I hope you guys can pick that up. They're actually arranged from lightest to darkest. So the Soda City, first it's unfiltered. Seeing sediment, there's definitely haze going on. It's like an orangey brown color. The Muskoka, similar color but darker, and I'm actually seeing some bits in there, so that's always a good sign, apparently. Darker orange, reminds me of like pumpkin coloring. And the Lake of Bays is the darkest. It's more of an amber or copper. That's interesting. All right, let's give them a smell. Main thing I'm picking up on the nose here with the Lone Pine is the piney resininess. So I believe on the can there's some little story about how taking your first sip of this is like getting hit in the face with a pine branch. So yeah, that's what I'm smelling. All right, now with the Muskoka Mad Tom. Almost night and day. This is getting much more fruit on the nose than pine with the Muskoka product. And I'm surprised it's not really coming off as grapefruit. It's almost like darker fruits. That's interesting. And the Lake of Bays. Sweet. Very sweet. Dare I say it, but I'm smelling corn. Sweet corn. Interesting. All right, let's go for a taste with the Soda City Lone Pine. Cheers, guys. Very bitter. Definitely smacked in the face with the pine tree branch. Pine, I'm not getting really the fruit at all. It's very crisp, has quite a bite to it in the finish. Leaves a lingering bitter aftertaste. Now, if I were drinking this as of 3 or 4 months ago, this would have completely turned me off the style, but I'm starting to enjoy this style. not running away from the Sawdust City. Oh, I forgot to grab some water to cleanse the palate, but anyways, let's go for the Muskoka. Mad Tom IPA. Cheers. Interesting. Just like on the nose, definitely more like a tropical fruit taste. There is bitterness in there, but it's, I would say, better balanced than the Lone Pine. The like the hot bite, the pininess is not really like sticking out above the fruits in this one. This is very, very well balanced. The body's actually heavier as well. The Sawdust City was a bit lighter in body. This is a heavier body beer. And of the three, well, the Sawdust City head is completely gone, but these two are sticking strong. Very fruity. I enjoy that. Okay, now for the Lake of Bays 10-point IPA. Cheers. That's interesting. I want to say it's similar. The first thing that hits me is almost like the fruity taste that I'm getting from the Mad Tom, but far subdued. It's diluted. No real bitterness. It's almost like a watery finish. I'm surprised. Very light body. Probably the lightest body of the three. I have had the Hops and Robbers, the IPA from Double Trouble, and I would put that somewhere in the same league as the Lake of Bays 10 points. So a good choice if you're, again, like I was, not a fan of the style and you want to have a very introductory example of the style. But after having several IPAs now, just having these back to back to back, this doesn't really hold its own against its other two neighbors. Okay, so I'm not going to rate them, but I'm going to rank them. So this is a great first effort introductory IPA, but this is coming in third of these three choices between these two. Again, the Mad Tom. That's good. And the Lone Pine. Interesting. Initial flavor profile, I'm actually going to put the Mad Tom on top, but because of the heavier body, I feel like I wouldn't be able to drink as many of these as the Lone Pine from Sawdust City. There's much more of a lingering bitterness to this than the other two, which kind of turns me off of it, but it is still quite enjoyable. I'm going to place Sawdust City as second, and Mad Tom as the winner of this trio. Great job, guys, to all the brewers, and especially Muskoka. Cheers.